Hey, hello everybody. Having a microphone helps sometimes. Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm Geoff, or Wags, you can call me as well. Welcome on in. This is WagWorksGA, and we are here to do some art tonight. I hope you're having a good night so far. In case you don't know me, I am one half of a creative team with my wife Ashley. We work with kids comics, largely. That's what you'll see tonight. So on stream, I often work on those. Sometimes I'll be doing video game fan art. Sometimes I'll be working on some slice of life type stuff. It really varies, but you're gonna see drawing here. that's what we do here on the channel. It's a pretty chill time. I love to hang out and chat. So welcome on in. And yeah, I am, as the stream title may allude to, I am mostly back to life now. Like just our whole family got hit with some kind of bug. I don't know if it was the flu or COVID or what, but it took us down last week. And I did like a little stream, and Ashley pointed out maybe deciding to push myself to like think creatively on my feet and write a fresh comic and also illustrate it rapidly was not the like most logical thing to do when I wasn't feeling 100%, but it was a fun challenge. I was okay with what came out. It wasn't a finished comic, but it was something. It was a start, and I'm always working to get better, get a little bit faster. Yeah. So tonight I'm gonna resume inking for our comic for the Kids Comics Unite Anthology, which is titled Let's Go, by the way. Based on the theme of journeys and encounters with magical creatures. Just a moment. That's what we'll be working on tonight, but first we're gonna hop right into our warm-up. So, let me do... I was talking about being sick. I should say I'm mostly recovered. I'm not 100%, you're gonna hear probably some coughing on stream. My energy level is mostly back. It hits in pockets where I'm pretty wiped out, but it's been pretty... gradually recovering to my normal this week. Like maybe we'll say averaging like 85% with pockets up at 100 and pockets maybe at like 70. All right, so this is how we warm up here on stream. I picked a few of these guys from our household collection just ahead of stream, ones that I thought would be fun to do, ones that I'm fairly sure I haven't drawn yet. But I'm gonna randomly pick one here, and from there we're gonna do a 5-minute warm-up, just doing kind of a quick little thumbnail sketch, working on some composition, getting loosened up and ready for some art, as I haven't drawn anything today until now. So we drew it's one of the newer ones whose name I haven't memorized yet. Houndstone. So this is the evolution of Graveyard. Pretty sure that's how you say it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to hop in on that. It would help if I had started up my Clip Studio Paint window in advance, which I didn't do, but I'm gonna do that now. Oh goodness. Yeah, so when I do my warm-up, I typically like to draw, I do the Pokemon. I like to draw sleeping Pokemon, actually, as, well, there's a couple of reasons for that. First and foremost, the sleeping pose gives me a really good starting point, so I'm not spending forever trying to figure out what I want to draw. And two, they're cute, and I kind of already started down that road, and I just end up with kind of a collection of sleeping Pokemon drawings, and that's adorable. So, I am here. No. Go. Away, says Frank. Hey Frank, how's it going? Hope you're having a good night. Welcome on in, buddy. Are you staying well? Did you manage? Because you said your whole like family was not well last week, and you were trying to stay healthy, right? I'm old. Well, it's all relative. I got your. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm all the way over here on Eastern time zone. I am getting my reference image ready, by the way, in case anyone was curious what I'm doing right now. Hop on over into art view. Whee! Okay, that's all looking pretty good. A little bit of a creepier Pokemon. Yes, Frank? And I will put the name in here because clearly I'm the kind of person who remembers to do that. I definitely have not done this one before. What? I mean, I know that it can be an engrossing game, but that seems like a lot. Is there any particular reason? Okay, so label my layers here. Always label your layers. What did I get Ashley for Valentine's Day? Ashley. She's not here at the moment. She might be down in a few. I got Ashley obedience. We're more of an experience type of family. We like to do things together rather than just give each other stuff. Is what we do. I usually plan a special activity with a gift or two for the whole fam. So I'm trying to get something off of my screen and I just realized I'm like shaking the whole thing. Cool. No, I am obeying. That's how we work that. It's not demanding someone else obey. That's not a gift. Not a gift. Not a gift. It's like in the Avengers movie when Loki's like, I've come to free you from freedom. Nice save, you're not convincing anyone. Wait a minute. I'm sure I'm convincing someone. Where was I? I don't even know what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, warm up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a warm up. Okay, you got a plan. I'm gonna start the timer and I'm gonna be drawing while you tell me your plan. So, ready. By the way, everyone's welcome to draw along and I encourage you to draw along because drawing is fun. Anyway, here we go. Timer starts now. So your first sim became the CEO of a megacorp. Okay. Delightful for them. Okay. I start really loose here. It's got kind of like the humpback thing going on. You'll notice that I'm using a gigantic brush here because I don't want to get too caught up in trying to put in details. And this does not let me do detail. Wow, that's hyper productive. Quite impressive. So they're going to do like that for the bony feet. So the jaw is going to come out along this side, so I don't need to. By the way, happy end of the Spring Festival for those of you who observed the Lunar New Year. It ended with the full moon the other night. Okay, so your son, author, writes four sci-fi novels a day. First sim dies of old age, and the son has written about 80 books and earns $90K a week from residuals and his business partnerships. You're letting him take a break from writing, but it's his calling in life. How could you? So full disclosure, I definitely picked this Pokemon card in a rush and thought this was the graveyard, the pre-evolution of this one, which is at least slightly cuter. But that's okay. We stick with it. We make them look cute because that's how we roll. So he's adopted 7 newborns. That is admirable, but a lot. Does he have any assistance in any of this? Is he flying solo? I'll do the other hand coming out this way. So then this way can come out like that. The hair comes out there. And of course the, primary trait we're looking at here is the tombstone head. Of course. Cheery stream for y'all tonight. Okay, the snout needs to come down a little bit. Something more like that. Okay. All right, this is a start. We're getting somewhere with this. He's a single father. So the lone teenager see him the evil and insane traits, and they give him Lou Townsend. Why? 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 Why will you do this? Okay. I think I can make it a little bulkier here. Let me clear out these fuzzes here. You always do the vanilla good playthroughs. So were you streaming this all? Alright, that is 5 minutes. Yeah, it came out okay. Came out okay for a warm-up. Not too shabby. No, this playthrough is for me. But the people, Frank, the people need to see. I'm gonna go ahead and save this guy. Save this guy right here. Warm-ups, that's where I save things. So what do I think of your plan? You know what? If it brings you joy, Frank, I say go for it. Oh, if he's adopted, the traits are random. Hey, Daisy. I hope Frank's like, yes, this 100%. I don't know. So I as a gamer have always had trouble breaking away from the vanilla good. Like, I know what we're supposed to be. Like, I know, like, even though I know technically it's this digital playground where nothing really matters, I have a very hard time breaking away from it. The closest thing is we were playing Minecraft. I was playing with my kids, and they had, like, we were playing on the Switch, so it can really suffer from lag when they spawn like 1,000 villagers in creative mode for no reason. So we so we had to do something about their lag problem. And even then, the most humane thing I could think of was like flying from underneath the world in a place where they had penned all these villagers and just kind of destroying the bedrock and letting them kind of plummet. It's not great. It's not great. But it felt the least directly violent thing we could do. But that's like the worst thing I've ever, like, otherwise, like, I have a hard time ever really exacting cruelty onto digital peoples. You've never played The Sims like this, and it's amazing. I just have a hard time letting myself play evil characters or be an evil character, even in a video game where I know that, like, it doesn't, you know, it's again, it's playground where you have the freedom to do it. I just, yeah, I have a hard time with it. So by the way, we're moving on to inking tonight. We've got just under a week left until I need to submit finished inks and lettering for the final pages here. As you can see, we already had to submit a finished first page of the comic, which you guys have seen me do here, and that's this guy right here. So I'm just working through pages 2, 3, and 4, which I've penciled already, and I'll be inking them and getting the lettering in. Be working on it tonight, undoubtedly next Thursday night, if assuming I'm well and everything is good, and then sometime in between, most likely as well. That'll need to, you know, I'll need to be doing some work. Losing a week definitely put me a little behind, but we'll see if we can make some good progress tonight. I feel like we can do this. I'm just gonna go through my usual exercise of trying to remember which pen it was that I used, because that's good times. I think it was this one. Pretty sure it was mono brush. Does anybody remember? Just your second generation sim author taking care of his 7 babies. Also, it is, listen, as someone who is taking care of 1 baby at a time, in real life, it's real hard. It takes effort. Taking care of 7 is, it's an enterprise. That's what I would say. All right. So here we go. I think at least I was doing the speech bubbles on separate layers. I was. Go me. Inks are here. This whole day here. Now, do you actually have to control? I've never actually played The Sims. I know that's probably like weird. Do you actually have to control him and have him go back and forth, or is most of that just he does that? He do that thing. That's not the brush that I want. That's not the brush at all. I was wrong. Who would have guessed? Nope. Was it you? It was probably you. It's probably you. Did this last time too. Tell you what. No, that one is too big. Was it this one? It feels, yeah. Yeah? No. Like 95% of the day you have to control him. Okay. Just once. Okay, just talking to Ash real quick. What's that? Yes. Don't tell. Don't tell Ash. Yes, I will not tell Ash about her Valentine's gift. Although I kind of get a feeling she might already know. As we've had discussions about it. This one? Sure, it can be that one. Oh, goodness gracious. Because I just feel like I thought it was mono brush for sure, but that is so, I have to do it so tiny to match these. Good night. Say good night, Ash, everyone. Yeah, no, that's not right. Good night, Ash, everyone. Well played, sir. Well played. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. This one feels right. Except that it doesn't. Why do I keep doing this to myself? So Daisy, if I didn't ask, how you doing tonight? Good to see you, by the way. The angle on this, get a little better line with the brush tip shape. Oh, the dentist. Wait, you can wear your retainer too much. Interesting. Frank! We don't laugh at this. Come on. Come on. We don't laugh at this. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Not a lot of fun. Also, kudos to you for actually wearing your retainer so consistently that it could cause problems. It is frustrating. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Think of it as like they're crowns for overachievement. Yeah? The overachiever crowns. That's what we can call it. You know, Daisy, another area in which you overachieve is the creativity of your responses to Frank. Maybe not overachieve. Achieve well. Achieve well. If there were plaques for such things. Now, when I drew these guys, okay, hold on a second. Consistency question. Consistency. What's for dinner? Well, tonight we actually had jambalaya, which is funny because I think Daisy, you had mentioned something like a few weeks ago about it, and yeah, it's good. It's good times. Nice crockpot meal. Okay, so I'm just double checking the costume, the outfit of the second orc here to make sure it's consistent as I draw it in here. It's a little bit big. Bring that brush size down a little. Rice, a patty of ground beef, and that sounds pretty good. Give you money? Did you set up that Patreon yet? Is the question. I mean, I know you do have a channel, so subs are always a thing, but did you set up the Patreon? Okay, that's better. It's like 10 that I used. No, definitely not 10. That's very large. Very large. Wait, which comic is it from last week that you're working on? Why is that so gigantic? Oh, right. Are those outside of the panel borders? Oh, they are. Okay. There we go. Much better. You would have made more progress. So wait, do you only work when I'm streaming? Is your productivity inextricably linked to my own? I did not realize this. Okay. Well, I'm here. I'm gonna try to do a full stream tonight, assuming I feel well, you know, and keep it up. Although I do need sleep, but he pumps out 5 comics in one Geoff stream. All right, so you think you can pump out like how many do you think you like actually do during this stream before I finish stream? What where we setting the markers. Just blanked on every sports analogy I ever knew. It was great. Just the one you've been working on? Now, are you going to continue to go with a more heartfelt, softer side of Frankie approach to some of your comics? Send the line working about 10. Okay. All right, we'll check it out. We'll check it out. Right. Shift this to get the nice. There we go. That is the one thing I do slightly regret, is that I picked a brush, one, that I can never find again when I want it, and two, that has like the angled tip on it for the inks, and now I can't, like, because I'm partway in, I can't switch brushes, but I don't really love brushes with angled tips. I thought it would be a cool switch up, but it's also kind of aggravating because it doesn't let me quite get the line thickness the way that I want without rotating the entire canvas. It's not so wholesome, but it's not slapstick. Okay. I don't know, sometimes I like it, like on the hair here, it looks pretty cool, it works out, but like, yeah. I usually don't work with an angled brush tip, so it's just kind of, it's been an adjustment, you know? Keep hitting the Windows key instead of the Control key. That's good times. That's good times. What was it like walking to school? Children still walk to school. That's not an old-timey thing. It's not an old-timey thing. Legs still exist. What was it like when Neanderthals were still alive? Well, very Neanderthal-y, clearly. It was like, I can't remember, I think my daughter was asking me something about like what we talk about on stream sometimes, and I was like, well, Frank largely just says that I'm old a lot, and she's like, well, why don't you just call him old? Like, okay, so my daughter says you're old, basically, is what's going on. Comics on cable. Kids are good at this social stuff. You're calling her old. Oh boy. This is just gonna keep escalating. This is just gonna keep escalating. I see where this is going. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so your nib is dead. Is this for your Galaxy Fold? The Tab S10. Is that one where you can replace the nib on it though? Because I know like the Surface pens. I don't know if you can see this. Hold up. Like these ones just have the like. What? Like yeah, mine. This comes out. You can actually replace with different styles if you need to, different feels. I've been really happy with this wider one that I got with the this Surface Studio laptop. I got like a few years ago now. And I got the newer wider pen, but I've been really happy with the nib on it, so I haven't even messed with it. The one that I had with our Surface Pro, you're magnetized, aren't you? Yep. It's gonna pull some. As it's magnetized to stick on things, so of course it just like it was in our catch-all cup here, and it's caught some paper clips. This one I think I actually got some replacement nibs and replaced it a little bit, but. So that's frustrating. So, and by nib, do you mean just the actual whole pen, or literally just the nib, like the tip of it? And if it's the whole thing, then is it you can't swap in a replacement, like get a whole new one? They don't sell tips. Okay. Even makes pens with not replaceable. I don't know, Daisy. I don't know. Apparently Samsung. Right. Kind of a weird thumb position, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Oh, it just... Well, that's not encouraging if it just is not uncommon for it to die after a month. Wow. Okay. But hey, at least if they legit just send you the new one, that's great, right? That is the best solution. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's worth testing out, I think. I know one of the things that I did, I tested out some of the ones that are either like the felt or like a slightly different texture, so they're a little bit less slippy, which can be nice. Again, I've been really happy with the one that came with this pen, so I haven't even messed with it, but... You don't want to wear down another one after a month and then be like, sorry, we already sent you one. Maybe, but at the same time, it's like if they're just like, oh yeah, that totally happens all the time, then, you know, maybe it's maybe they just do this a lot. Well, either way, I mean, hopefully, like, the best solution, right, is that they send you the new one, and the new one just, like, lasts a long time, so you don't have to worry about it. Well, that's not a smooth speech bubble. That's a little risky putting in the speech bubbles now because I'll be changing the font on this, and that could change how everything fits in there, but I should be able to adjust the kerning and everything to make it work just fine. Come on. Why is it so stubborn? There we go. All right. Oh, so you're still... Everything is a process, right? Like, it just... Yeah. Again, hopefully, I'm hoping for you. They send you a replacement, and it just holds out for a long time, because it's no fun. Especially when stuff like breaks like just right away. Just a month. Crazy. Furthermore, Geoff. Okay. More devious sim planning. I just love that you're like, I somehow just assumed that when you said that you did this for 14 hours today, that this was like a stream thing. And you're like, no, this is for me. I need this. I've earned this. Geoff, this is nothing. Pardon me. Oh, I can't. I mean, you could really, like, you could read that either way, right? Like, but also 100% valid, right? Alright, just working on Oscar here. Alright, he has the bracers on his wrists. Don't forget those guys. Again, consistency. I feel like the armor had little like hip guards on it, right? Is that how I did not draw that? I did not draw it either way, so I am free to choose. Why not add a little bit? So there'll be a chunk of armor in there. Here's a knee. Boot right there. Other boot here. Okay. You've changed your mind on the no border being in the D&D world? I think it should have a colorful rainbow border. I mean, that'd be kind of fun too. I mean, I can swap it out. I know they did recommend like switching the color palette, and I see the wisdom in that. And I may play around with that because we'll turn in the inks on the 21st, and then the finals aren't due until March 21st with all the color. So in theory, I have a little time to muss about with the color, and I've done my shading on a separate layer, so it's not as much to redo and swap out color palettes. It is still not nothing. So we'll have to see. Like a difference from what we have right now, or a difference, some sort of difference, like the black and white included in that. Yeah, I think it's cool. Like, I definitely like the idea of it being, you know, a bit punchier when you get into the rich imaginary world. Just trying to figure out which way to go with it. Yeah. I mean, right now, I think with the border and the shading, it at least differentiates it. So it's a little clearer what we're doing here with all of it. So that's good. That's good. But hopefully then with a month with inks done and just like a month to mess about with color and shading, the palette already being pretty well defined, I might have some time to toy with it a bit just to see if I can amp things up a little more. And we'll be, you know, switching to this font for the rest of the pages too. Oh, texture. That's an interesting thought. We're working on, so for a graphic novel pitch that we're working on for sample pages there, it involves not an actual kind of instantaneous travel, not necessarily imaginary, but a different kind of thing. It's a magical realism story. And so we have some different things we do with the frames there, including going panelless for parts of it, and then doing for insets a few different types. You can also do like a fancy metal frame, right, type of border, something like that as well, which is possible. I don't know. That's definitely beyond the scope of what I'm going to turn in just over a week, but Ashley and I are actively thinking about it and trying to figure out how best to do it, because it's all in the interest of putting out the best comic possible, right? Something that's fun and enjoyable. This project will be heading to Kickstarter in, I think the campaign is set to kick off April 22nd, 23rd, something like that. So we got a little time, and we definitely want it to be a good contribution to the book. I'm really excited to see everybody else's comics too, on top of it all. It's gonna be good. we're actually going to be, Ash and I will be appearing on Story Comics podcast at some point in the future. We haven't done that interview yet, but we'll be doing that as part of the marketing efforts for getting this getting the word out about the anthology and the Kickstarter campaign. So that's going to be really fun too. Gosh, there's a lot going on. Yeah, we're doing there's a pitch fest that we're going to be doing some finished sample pages of for Gesundheit for the graphic novel project. That's also due oh gosh, in just over a week. That's going to be the big effort outside of stream time. Yeah, there's that. Then there'll be marketing efforts for the anthology project, finishing up our pitch packet to send out, and working on some Core Toons stuff. We are right now kind of on a hiatus. We're repeating some comics because we are doing something really exciting. I'm very we're doing kind of a big format change. I think is going to be really cool. I'm kind of plotting our path forward for years to come, potentially, or at least setting some of the groundwork for it. So it's going to be really awesome. I'm very, very excited for what we're doing there. But it certainly keeps us busy, that's for sure. That's too big. Speaking of D&D, by the way, it's crazy. Our library D&D game that was, and it's the first campaign I've ever played in. It started about a year ago, March of last year, and I think our next session in a little over a week will be the last session of this campaign. Daisy, is there a specific game that you're thinking of here? Or playing right now? And then there's a sound effects layer, so we'll put this guy in here. Oh, way to go after the sensitive spot, Frank. That's... Oh, goodness. Are you guys sure you're not siblings? Like, you guys just have that vibe. Sound effects layers, good there. Enjoy the liquor. Not that she'll actually be going to a liquid diet, but I will say smoothies and ice cream and soup is not the worst thing. Now, did he have some kind of wristband on there? He did not. Okay. Do you really, Frank, though? Do you really? A Roblox zombie game based on the Napoleonic times. It's got a lot going on there. I can... I will say Roblox is another one that has not yet taken our household by storm. Sabers and muskets. Interesting. Pardon me. I'm still getting my energy level back to what it once was. Once was, like, you know, 2 weeks ago versus last week. So I'm trying really hard to not overthink and over-detail things that don't need to. I'm getting better at it, but man, I tell you what, it's a struggle against the perfectionism. Oh, so yeah, that seems like the teamwork is real important for that part. Literally entirely dependent on someone else clearing it off for you. Yeah, not that I am much of a gamer these days or have a lot of time for it, but I will say whatever games I do play, I tend to stick solely to single player modes. It's not necessarily because I don't trust or rely on others. It's a little bit of, I guess, shyness, and also a little bit of I can't be a reliable teammate either. I'm so happy to find out I'm missing out on nothing. I did hop in the other day for a minute or two. Was it the other day or was it a week ago? I can't remember time anymore. Anyway, I did... No, it would have been it, because you haven't streamed recently, have you, Frank? Did hop in briefly. One of the last times I saw you were on, but... See previous comments about being shy. I don't think I actually ever said anything. I just kind of lurked for a second. Just check this costume again. Da, 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 da. Not shorts. Not shorts. Did not draw any footwear on them. It's funny, it was a mix of Cosmo Canyon when I started stream as well. Not too big. By the way, Frank, how are those lines coming along? You thought I forgot. And I did, but then I remembered. You don't find inks to be just like super zen and chill? Yeah, I was gonna say, Frank, I don't think I've seen notifications that you've been online. Not that I always join when you're there, but because usually I want to actually be available to chat and say hey, but do it. Do you want me to raid you? You could be on the raid. Wait, can you actually do that? Is that a thing that people can do? Because that would be kind of incredible. We should definitely try it. Stick with my original line there. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of Europes to visit. You know. Wait, isn't there like a cooldown on how often you can change your name? Like I thought... Oh, but if it's like... If it's been 2 months... Then perhaps. Perhaps that would have met the cooldown time. It was a lie just to wait it out to be able to change her name. It's brilliant. Actually, maybe I'll go ahead and read it. No, didn't like that one. All right. No names with weird numbers or characters. I feel like I should have seen that one coming, Daisy. You could always just then, every time you address her on stream, read out the full alphanumeric name as sort of a, you know, you made your bed type of situation. Exactly. Hello, G4 RL1C. Exactly. I think it has a real ring to it, you know? Oh my gosh, it's 11:15. I haven't finished this page yet. I can do this, you guys. I can do it. I will say though, it's nice feeling like having a bit of deadlines and a little bit of a crunch does make me feel a little bit more like a real artist, like a real comic artist. I mean, I know I'm real, I'm a human who does the things, but feeling a little bit of those professional type like pressures on it, I guess. I don't know. In some ways, it's like, I feel so validated. Like, it's great having the freedom to work on stuff at more or less my own pace, don't get me wrong. But it's nice to be like, oh, this is what this would be like as like a job. You psycho. I'm a top 10 procrastinator. Deadlines do nothing to me. See, I thought that it was the opposite way. I also am a procrastinator. Just ask Ashley. I drive her insane with this. But deadlines are the thing that help me the most, because I'm like, it's like your brain has the distinction between like now and not now, and deadlines very much help make things now when they need to be now, and that's important. You're a genius. I mean, we knew, but in what way? That sounded way more sarcastic than I meant it to, and I apologize for that. I was not going for that at that point in time. Oh goodness gracious. Geoff procrastinating till 10 is more like that's how long it takes for me to be sure the kids are like actually asleep. I mean, we've got like this chunk of evening from. I mean, sometimes it's right after I finish my work day, especially if I end up working later till like 6 or something like that. But then there's like this tiny window before dinner, and then it's dinner, and then it's like all the bedtime preparation stuff, getting kids up and shower, doing reading time, all that. Then they get in bed, and then, you know, they don't settle down for a long time, so you're checking in on them, and then finally everyone's out, and it's like, okay, I actually have an uninterrupted chunk of time where I can have my attention on stream. One of these days I'm going to try to do different stream time, like maybe once a month type of thing, but we'll see where that goes. You're printing loosey gooseys. What? Is this part of your Patreon that I've heard so much about? Yes, I say go for it. Do a zine, man. Like, are you talking like the old school, like photocopied, folded up on legal paper? Yeah, that's the one. There's actually, oh, where did I even see that? We had picked up a flyer for there's like an Orlando area zine club that we keep on meaning to go to, but yeah, that's the way. I need to get the rest of that backpack on there. Something like that. Okay. Okay. So the way it's folded, it has 8 pages. Okay. So are you doing pages or panels, or are you going to try to fit multi-comics into it? Into the tiny space? I'm very much excited for this, by the way. Hi. Actually, I realized that I up a little past my usual break, and I need to go to the bathroom. So I want to hear more about this, Frank. But I'm gonna go to the bathroom first. So I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Not gonna be a long break. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm also snacking, but I'm back. Oh, so rude. I like your format. I think that really works, Frank. So once you make them, what are you planning on doing with them? Like, would you distribute them like in physical copy, leave them at like comic book shops, or would you just do like a digital distribution type of thing? Leaving them in waiting rooms. That's kind of fun. You know, it's clean humor. It honestly could work, like, and it would be appropriate, and people wouldn't, you know. It could work. That could be really fun. Oh, I'm excited for this idea for you. Make the backpack a little bit there. Excuse me. That. I wonder, like, usually, sometimes I see it like Jimmy John's. They have like those that like the cork boards, where people will put up like sometimes advertisements for their business. I feel like I've even seen like comic book artist cards up there, so that might be a really good place for that as well as an additional spot. Print them at the college library so it costs you nothing. Easy peasy. I mean, and depending on how you do it, were you thinking of just like, you know, taking a piece of paper and just drawing with like pen? Or were you thinking about doing it digitally and then printing from that? Because if you do it digitally, or could easily scan it in, it's also something that wouldn't be hard to distribute digitally. Okay, yeah. If I found a loosey-goosey comic in the wild, I'd probably steal it. Why not? Limited edition. Definitely just drew on the wrong layer. That's cool. That's cool. I can fix this. I can fix it. Almost done with lines. You got this, Frank. Look at us, line buddies. Okay, better. Wait, the what? I may have forgotten what the comic that you were working on was. And I can't tell if you're addressing me or saying that I'm in the comic, or if it's a different Geoff. because apparently my brain doesn't keep things straight from week to week. You know. They say I'm losing my mind, but I say buy war bonds. Do thinner lines. Ba. Okay. Oh, you know what I was gonna do too is I need to remove the copyright on there. Not because it's not copyrighted, but for consistency with the other comics. Boom, boom. All right, that looks better. Whew, okay. That's page 2 lined. Might as well just do the text now while I'm at it. Maybe I should double check. This is chewed pen, BB regular, all right. We should double check that font size. This is in 14. Okay. Oh, right. Because we did mix case. Right. Oh, so this speech bubble will be its own special scenario. That one does need to go with the panel borders. Okay. I'm recalling what I need to do here. So I move this up here. Does that actually extend above? It does. Okay. Nope, come on. What am I doing there? There we go. Okay, that one will actually stay the same. Good deal. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what you got here. Give me a second. I see Loosey Goosey. By the way, in case y'all were looking for handy dandy Valentines, I would be remiss I say, if I didn't note that the Kids Comics Unite Studio Anthology group has provided ready-to-go Valentines for you, which I can share with you in a few. Okay, so let's do this here thing here with the thing. With the Instamagrams. Loosey Goosey. It'd be pretty fun, honestly. Honestly, I could see it. You know, my problem is, I think, similar in a lot of ways, in that there's so much stuff that sounds like it would just be a total blast to do, and I want to do. But there's not that many hours in the day, it turns out. Okay. I'm just being fancy schmancy in my OBS now, so. All right, Frank's comic, everyone. Without further ado. So this is the aforementioned dad antagonizing the kid. It's looking good. It's looking good. I see the story that you're telling. Is there any dialogue in this one at all? Or is this just kind of just silent carrying it through? I mean, I can tell, I feel like what's going on. I just wasn't sure if you're going to add, I could maybe see putting some kind of words out of the dad there, depending on how antagonistic you want him to be. Just can have it in the last panel. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that would make the most sense. Dad saying something. Is like the dad gonna say something about him being lazy? I'm guessing. Okay, I feel like that would hit. That would really hit. Start pulling. Yep, there you go. Yep, that would do it. And the kid chopping wood. How old is the character? Willie? It's quite impressive, really. Really, if you think about it. Like 12. Yeah, I think this is good. 10 to 12, solid middle grade age range. Yeah, this is coming together nicely. Excuse me. I like that you got obviously like pretty solid storytelling. I like that you are playing a bit with switching up the perspectives and the camera a little bit across the panels. I think that's nice. With humor comics, oftentimes the what I've heard is you don't necessarily have to do it, but I feel like it's really nice to do. Who knew more panels equals more work? I know, right? Yeah, I'm feeling that with this one. Like, we don't usually do panels that like pages that have like 12 panels. Like, what? It's so much. But it's coming along nicely, honestly. I like where your storytelling is going. It's kind of like the Calvin and Hobbes thing, right? Like a lot of them were, you know, black and white, but then like the full page Sunday ones were all color. Wait, what? No, I did not select it all. I will say sometimes the text setting in Clip Studio Paint can be a bit more challenging than I would like. Stupid Bill Watterson indoctrinating me. He got us all, man. He got us all. Wrap text at frame. Yeah, I might have to. Well, you know, I can just adjust the lidding. That's fine. Not the kerning. Okay, there we go. That'll work. That'll work. There we go. You can even see the alarm clock is like 13 hours later. Nice. It's awesome you're putting those details in there. I think that's I didn't pay close attention to it at first, but yeah. Pardon me. Was I gonna? Yeah. You're almost free of this page. Isn't it amazing how much you can both love and hate a page of comics? you get so excited. And you're like, I love this, but then you're just ready to be done with it and let it go. Which sometimes maybe that's the best thing. It keeps us from trying to perfect it too much. Okay. Okay, so this will have to go outside. And then I'm gonna have to something like that. Okay, good. Nope, that didn't quite do what I wanted. Because I'll need to close it off manually. All right. Okay, I think it'll work now. Let's see. Let's see. Yes. Okay, good deal. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now this page is more or less ready to go. Turn off pencils. Hey, it's an ink. What? Of course I'd forget one line. One line. Every time. Bring this down a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it needed. You named one of the 7 babies after me? Oh no. Is it the evil one? The sword, you still have time. Oh, Frank, we did it. We finally remembered that Skeleton Crew existed. We're 4 episodes in. We did it. We really did it. I'm very proud. You love the droid. So this is the episode that we just finished was the can't say remember no atten episode. So the droid the droid's had a bit of a moment. Bit of a moment, don't you know? In the the runners, Daisy. The episode was scary, or the me saying it was scary? Because I know I can be kind of frightening. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Holy cow. Seriously though, Neil, if you know, you know. Let's quarter till him. Gonna do my best, y'all. Gonna do my best. Your sisters. I am waiting. I am waiting for them to give Wim his moment. Because he's just a little annoying, right? KB is the best. Oh, so you just finished it. How many, is it 6 episodes total? I know it's not, I know the seasons aren't long. 8 episodes. Okay, so we're only halfway. Nice. I'm excited there's more. I really like this storytelling they're doing in the Star Wars universe. Like I'm here for what they're doing. Oh gosh. I can't. So don't tell me, but there is a part of me that's like, they did some interesting moments focusing on Wendell, Wim's dad, in like a few of the scenes. And maybe they're just building up like this is the fatherly moment, him going through all the emotions of like not being present like in his son's life. Maybe, but there's a part of me that's like, is there something going on with him? Something up? What do I think of Jod? I want to know what his deal is. Like, I mean, because, you know, they said it, right? He's the scoundrel archetype character who happens to, you know, also, you know, have the, you know, a bit of the force. I want to hear his story. I want to find out what his deal is. I could see them going a lot of different ways with him, and part of me wants to be like, well, it's Jude Law, so what do you expect that they're gonna do? But I don't know, so I'm very curious where they decide to take him and take his backstory, and ultimately what type of character he will be. But I like him. He's intriguing, right? He's like, you know, he's got that a bit of this typical Star Wars scoundrel type of air to him, which is always a fun type of character. A little bit of the you know, Captain Jack Sparrow feeling as well. You had no idea it was Jude Law. Well, I only knew because I remember I was really watching a lot of the Star Wars Celebration that year, or at least watching the news and headlines coming out of it that year that they announced Skeleton Crew, and I remember like Jude Law takes the stage to announce Skeleton Crew. So I was like, okay, so he's in it. I knew that. You really watched the whole series without knowing Jod was Jude. His name is Jod, but it was like Jod Lou. I love that he had a character name that was almost his actual first name. Oh, I know. Well, so this Japan is coming up, right? Star Wars Celebration Japan. That's like May? Is it May? Oh, I haven't. It's like they took a year off and it went to Japan, so I have lost a bit of track of it. But yeah, I know there was the one that was in Orlando a few years ago, and that was before we moved here. And so we moved here, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna have a Star Wars celebration. We can go to Star Wars Celebration, it'll be right where we live. It'll be so exciting. And then they're like, next one's in Anaheim, then Chicago, or no, Anaheim and Chicago and Japan. I'm like, oh, I guess maybe that was not a regular thing they're gonna do. Past 2 years? I didn't think that they did one year. Like, I thought they actually like skipped 1 year. Maybe I'm wrong? Man, do you know what comic manga has really great crying scenes? Is One Piece. Eiichiro Oda does such a good job drawing his characters as an absolute blubbering mess, and it's very impressive. You feel that. You feel it. So how did you barely miss the one in California? Because it's a little ways from you still, right? Because you're not... I didn't think you were in California. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything. Whatever. Oh, you found out about it right when tickets were sold out. But that one's actually like a manageable distance for you then to get to. That's not quite how I wanted that to go. No. Like a 10-hour drive? Okay. I mean, I guess with that logic, technically, we were in Georgia, I think, when they did Orlando. So, like, oh, we could have maybe made that drive. Maybe. A 10-hour drive would make me shrivel up like a spider. Oh, man. Tell you what, when I was in college, I used to drive a few times a year from northwestern Florida to central Wisconsin. Not in one go, because that is like a 21-hour drive. But yeah, it's like an 11-hour day and a 10-hour day. Then one time I drove down with some friends from Madison. So I like shaved like 2.5, 3 hours off, and we took shifts and we did the whole thing in one shot. I would not do it again. I will say our kids travel pretty well. We've done big road trips. I mean, you guys, because you guys have seen me stream from the road before. We've done big road trips where we've put as many, like when we had to go up to Wisconsin when my dad died. We did one day that was like a 12-hour day. Like, the kids did really well. I was very proud of them. And you know, we've done, it used to be when they were younger, we tried to limit it to like 6-hour days in the car, and an 8-hour day was a big push. But now, especially like, you know, we have a car that has like a DVD player in it. They have their own like little MP3 players. So like they entertain themselves pretty well, especially if it's not like a whole bunch of days in a row. They do a good job. They do a really good job. When I went on my US World Tour last year, that was something. That was Florida to DC to Wisconsin to Colorado, almost to New Mexico. Then back up to Fort Collins, and then straight shot back to Atlanta, and then down from there back home. That was like 3 weeks on the road, almost a month. I will say that is the very fortunate thing about having a job where you work no matter where you are on computers that are not located where you are. Is that it turns out it's not so hard to be remote from places other than your home. Dude, no, I don't like that. I don't like that hand. Maybe. When I turn it right side up, I like it better. You could have driven like 2 hours to delete my comics. Spiteful, but true. Yes. Yes. All right, Frank. Tell you what. The time is currently 11:57, and I shan't be streaming much longer. If you want me to raid you, you might wish to consider getting online. I was gonna raid you, man. Come on. I was gonna raid with all the stuff. I was gonna raid like a. Hey, and yeah, I was gonna say this would be my first ever successful raid. One of these days, when Games Done Quick is holding an event, one of these days I will successfully raid them. My guess is they have some sort of limit on, like, you need to be an affiliate or you need to have a certain number of followers, which I don't currently. But then I could drive 2 hours to destroy all my comics and all Frank's comics in return. I would never. Geoff is too old to catch me. Hey. 4-time state track and field runner. I feel like I still got a little speed going. I would never equals, I totally would. I never. In the 2020s, that's right. I know what year it is. No, I probably can't run a 50 flat 400 right now. But I can still run a 7 or 8 minute mile-ish. It's been a bit. It's been maybe a year since I've 1720s. I appreciate that the canon now is that I somehow predate America as a country. Which is not correct. Which is not correct. I can just default to my daughter's suggested strategy. Frank's old! Frank's old. You dragon Umeriku. Is that how we would say that? Umeriku? Umeriku? I was commissioned to raise Christopher Columbus. And that's how he found America. Oh, this is so wrong. Jeez. Okay, it's 12:01, and that cough tells me that my body is reminding me that sleep is still very vital, as it always is, as it always is. All right, at least I got one panel into the next page, right? It's something. It's a start. It's the start of something. Hi. It's me. Oh. America and the country bird is a pigeon. That would work. Before I forget, I did mention those free Valentines from the Kids Comics Studio / Unite Anthology marketing team. If you have interest, they're really cute. They do such a good job. They created a mascot for the Anthology project. Let me just... Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. Good job. That's the link for the Valentines that they made. Oh yeah, I forgot. What are you guys gonna do for Valentine's? Not super big plans. We're probably gonna, I think, I might take some time off around lunchtime, and we might head to Epcot. They're winding down their Festival of the Arts, which is probably my favorite festival there. And at around the lunchtime hour, they'll do a draw with the artist at the America Amphitheater. I started mixing up America and Umericu and amphitheater, and I got a weird word that doesn't exist. You know, I was just sharing with everybody. You didn't ask what the plans were. You just asked what I got, Ashley. But yeah, so we'll probably go do draw with the artist as a family. Probably grab some food over there, like a midday thing. We'll probably wind it down, and then I'm guessing our version of a date night these days is usually chilling out and watching something together in the evening, whether it's you know, good old Skeleton Crew or a Hallmark movie. That'll probably be what we do. And we got a little plan for something for the activity for Ashley and the kids, for some fun, just something to say, you know, I care, I love you, I'm thinking about you, I want to make your day special. I tend to do one. Like, what did I do last year? Last year I made my own D&D game. Like, I didn't actually have any of the D&D source books or know any of the mechanics. So I actually made my own variant of D&D and ran like an adventure for them. Like this short little one-off. Another year, like the first time I did something, I did like this little kind of scavenger hunt where I cut out little hearts and Mickey shapes and like led them around the house to different spots for their gifts. Another year I got so much yarn, and I like, when one room of our house, I just taped this giant web of yarn across, and then they had to follow a string through the yarn to find their gifts. That was pretty fun. There's like another superhero themed one I did a different year. I try to do something fun every year. Just something to make the day a little bit more fun and special. It's nice. Hallmarks hurt so bad to watch. I disagree. I enjoy them because I think it's a format. It's much like, I always compare it to Shakespearean sonnet. I don't know if that's a great analogy, but I still say that you know the format, you know the ending, you oftentimes know the high and low points, but it's how they carry it there and how they kind of work through it. And life has enough drama in it, honestly, especially these days. Sometimes something that's a little just nicer and you kind of know where you're going, it's a good way to unplug. It actually becomes more of an escape from reality. Yeah, Twilight hurts more, even more. Twilight Hallmark crossover. I think they did finally around Halloween do one with a ghost, which was kind of fun. A ghost romance story. Maybe we'll get the Twilight parody or Twilight spoof in a future year. Hallmark, if you're listening, you should do it. You should do it. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, life is especially in our country right now, but also just like, you know, with all the medical stuff that we've been through in the last few years, it's I've got enough drama. I don't need to watch something for artificial drama and hard things happening. That's what real life is for. I don't know what that noise that I just made was. That was something. Sure, although really, if they're looking for writing talent, it would be the other half of our team. Also, this is exciting, but Ashley just got picked up by Superhero Project to write some of their help write some of their superhero stories for kids. That was really exciting. That happened this week. Anyway. So Frank, we doing this? Are you up online? I haven't even looked. I should look. I should go look. Let's check it out. Frank's on. All right, let's do it. Hello, raid launcher. Hello. Okay, so I clicked the button. All right, let's try this again. Thanks, Daisy. Thanks for joining in. It's good to. It's always good to chat with you. I appreciate you coming by. I hope that you get some better teamwork in your Roblox, for sure. All right, let's. All right, I see you, Frank. All right, man. So hey, that wraps up for tonight. Before I hit that button, sending us off to raid. I just want to thank Daisy, Frank. Thanks for coming by. I'm just gonna talk to you in Frank's chat in a second, but thanks to anybody else who was watching. I really appreciate you spending the time with me. I love my art time. It's my zen happy time. So thanks for hanging out. If you like what you see, make sure to follow. If you're watching the VOD on Twitch or on YouTube, make sure to subscribe or follow there. Feel free to leave a comment, a like. Just let me know. Let me know if you liked what you saw, and make sure you can find out when I'm on in the future. So I think that wraps up all the business. I plan to be back 10 p.m. Eastern time next Thursday night. That is my standard time. Still looking for ways to sneak in a couple more streams every now and then, but I don't have any good plans, so we'll stick with 10 p.m. Thursdays for now. All right, that's everything. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go to stream ending screen, and then I'm gonna click raid, and we're gonna do our first raid. Thanks again, everybody, for being here, and yeah, have a wonderful night. Bye.